breaking news coming in on the show right now. India's ambassador to the US has spoken on the India-Pakistan tensions. We are at war with terrorists. He said, India's ambassador to the US on India-Pakistan tensions has finally come out and said that we are at war with terrorists. He further goes on to say world should be concerned about Pakistan's support of terrorists since the last 3 decades. India's ambassador to United States, Vinay Katwara, has also finally spoken on the escalating tensions between India and Pakistan. My colleague Brijesh Pandey continues to be with us. Brijesh, Indian ambassador to the US, making it clear that we are at war with terrorists and this is an escalation from Pakistan's side. All right, Brijesh is not with us. Karthik continues to be with us. Karthik, a firm statement coming in there. This comes barely a couple of hours after US Vice President J.D. Vance said that this is a war on terrorists. It is none of US's concern. Now, India's ambassador to US, Vinay Katwara, is also speaking up. He's saying that we are at war, not calling it a war with Pakistan just as yet, but a war on terrorism.
No, absolutely. I think very, very measured words there. We are at war with terrorists. I think that message cannot be any clearer because India launched its strike as part of Operation Sindoor 1.0, if we can call it that, on 9 very, very specific locations within Pakistan and within POK. And these were targeted only towards terror camps. And that was India's response to the terror attack which took place in Pahalgam on April 22nd, which took 26 civilian lives. India's war is with terrorists. It is as simple as that. And I think Vinay Katwara has been able to elucidate that very clearly for the international media to pick up and appreciate India's position. Anything apart from that is India's response to Pakistan. India never tried any aggressive stance on Pakistan. India only went pinpointed towards terror camps within Pakistan and in POK. What Pakistan has done in retaliation is again come back at our civilian and our military infrastructure, which India has thwarted once. And then last night we saw the swarm drone attack again on the city of Jammu, which again India successfully thwarted. And then this morning, of course, we just had heard SP Ved also confirm that there was artillery shelling heard in Jammu and in Poonch. Now, what is all this? This is all Pakistan's escalation. So far, India's war has been only and only on terrorism. Anything beyond that is on Pakistan. If Pakistan wants to escalate it like it is continuing to do for the last 48 hours or so, then maybe that with terrorists will have to eventually be knocked off from the statement.
All right. Let me also quickly bring in Major General G.G. Dwivedi. Major General, a lot of conversation, of course, has been since last night that India attacked Pakistan after those swarm drone attacks were carried out by Pakistan in various Indian territories. There was also conversation around how India may have attacked Lahore. No confirmation, absolutely, from Government of India. In your assessment, what are you reading, sir? Is that something you're also hearing on ground?
First and foremost, I'd like to qualify Mr. Katwara's statement that it is war against terrorism. I think most specifically it is war against a terrorist nation. That would be more precise definition of what is going on. Secondly, you see, once Pakistan targeted our civilian cities, we had to respond. They had targeted our military installations. So therefore, as I call it, phase 2 of Operation Sindoor now is we are targeting the military infrastructure because, please understand, the terrorism is sponsored by whom? It is by the Pakistan Army. Pakistan Army, the terrorists are the assets. They are very well integrated into the war doctrines. Terrorism is the national policy of Pakistan. So therefore, let's not get confused that we are only going against terrorists. No, we are going against a terrorist nation, and we have to degrade the potential of Pakistan Army because they are only fueling, they are only sponsoring terrorism. So therefore, military targets have to be hit because then only we can degrade Pakistan potential to sponsor proxy war. Until we degrade Pakistan potential, until we hit Pakistan Army, then only we will be able to hurt Pakistan nation because Pakistan nation is being run by the generals. There's no one else who is actually has any say. They give the script to the politicians. their civilian leaders,
But
and they lead out this case.
Major General, that would result in further escalation, sir. And so far, what we've heard from the Indian government is that our response has been non-retaliatory and measured in nature. India does not seek any further escalation in this ongoing war.
Yes, because when you put it in political terms and when you put in military terms, the two terminologies are different. When you say politically, we are not going to escalate, we are only going to respond. So when army responds, escalation is inherent. But the point I'm trying to make is, what is our intent? Our intent is to deter Pakistan and stop the proxy war. And that's how it is being militarily executed. So the politically, yes, we don't want to escalate. But in case Pakistan is not responding, then escalation is inherent. And that's what is the response of the military. Military response is not just tit for tat. And let me once again qualify. This time is not going to rap on the knuckle. Our
Right.
friend,
And let's also make it clear, Major General, for Pakistan at least, the polity and military are not too very different from each other. The polity does what the military says and essentially controls the polity in the country. So any a political will would mean nothing for Pakistan until there is military will to basically de-escalate, and that hasn't happened so far. We haven't seen any statement
Yes.
coming out from Pakistan to de-escalate the matter.